Have you ever imagined living for more than 150 years? Yes, ancient tortoises make it look easy, but their secret goes far beyond luck or genetics. Before I tell you what science has discovered about this impressive longevity, go ahead and like and subscribe, because what's coming next will completely change the way you see aging. Turtles are among the longest living animals on the planet. Some species, such as the Seychelles tortoise and the Galapagos giant tortoise, live for over 180 years. A famous example is Jonathan, a tortoise born around 1832, who is still alive today, healthy and peaceful. But what explains this almost immortal resistance? Scientists have discovered that the secret lies in multiple biological factors. First and foremost, an extremely slow metabolism. Turtles consume little energy and produce fewer free radicals, molecules that damage cells and accelerate aging. This means that your organs suffer less wear and tear over time. Furthermore, genetic research has shown that they have much more efficient cellular repair mechanisms than most vertebrates. Their genes are adapted to repair DNA damage and control chronic inflammation, two key factors in the aging process. But there's more. Scientists noticed something surprising while studying turtles of different ages. Even the oldest women do not show classic signs of cellular aging, such as loss of immune function or decreased fertility. It's as if time passes differently for them. Imagine an organism in which time seems to almost stand still. That's exactly what scientists have observed in turtles. Recent research, such as that published in the journal Science, shows that many species exhibit virtually no senescence. That is, they do not demonstrate the typical biological aging seen in other animals. But how is that possible? It all starts with the cell phone clock. In mammals, cells lose the ability to divide over time, and DNA accumulates mutations. In turtles, this process occurs incredibly slowly. This happens because their telomeres, the protective tips of the chromosomes, wear down at a much slower rate. Short telomeres are directly linked to aging and degenerative diseases, but in turtles, they remain stable even in old age. Furthermore, studies have shown that they maintain constant antioxidant activity, effectively combating oxidative stress, one of the main culprits of aging. The curious thing is that even with a slow metabolism, they don't suffer the negative effects of this slowness, such as toxin buildup or metabolic failures. It's as if their bodies have found a perfect balance between conservation and regeneration. Another fascinating point is that turtles seem to have exceptional control over their immune responses. While the immune system weakens over time in humans, in turtles it remains functional and efficient, protecting them from infections and chronic inflammation. But there is an equally decisive external factor, the environment and lifestyle of the turtles. In the next part, we'll discover how their lifestyle directly influences their extraordinary longevity. Turtles are true masters of the art of living slowly, and that's one of the most powerful secrets to their longevity. While humans race against time, turtles live at an almost meditative biological and behavioral pace, and this has direct implications for their health and survival. First, the low stress level. Turtles spend a good part of their time in stable environments, with little aggressive interaction and few predators, especially when they are adults. Studies show that cortisol, the stress hormone, is very low in them. And less stress means less inflammation and less cellular wear and tear, something scientists call prolonged homeostasis. Another important point is their feeding pattern. The diet of turtles is simple and highly balanced: leaves, fruits, algae, and small invertebrates, depending on the species. This diet, rich in fiber, antioxidants, and minerals, helps maintain a stable metabolism and reduces the risk of metabolic diseases. Furthermore, they eat very little, and science has already proven that caloric restriction is associated with a longer life expectancy in several species. But perhaps the most curious factor is the metabolic rate. A giant tortoise's heart may beat only 4 to 5 times per minute at rest, and during deep sleep it can beat as low as 1 beat per minute. This economical metabolism reduces oxygen consumption and minimizes oxidative stress in cells. In short, the lifestyle of turtles is the perfect example of how slowness can be a survival strategy. But there's something even more incredible, and something that science has only recently begun to uncover: their natural resistance to fatal diseases such as cancer. If you think living more than a century is extraordinary, get ready. Turtles not only live a long time, they almost never get sick. Researchers have discovered that some species possess unique genetic mechanisms for cell protection that dramatically reduce the risk of cancer, infections, and metabolic failures over the years. A study conducted by the University of Buffalo in 2022 analyzed the DNA of several turtle species and found a surprising discovery. They have multiple copies of tumor suppressor genes, far more than other vertebrates. These genes function as cellular inspectors, identifying and eliminating damaged cells before they turn into cancer. It is such an efficient defense system that in some species there is virtually no record of tumors throughout their lives. Furthermore, turtles have a controlled inflammatory response. In humans, chronic inflammation is one of the major causes of premature aging and degenerative diseases. In turtles, the organism has learned to react in a balanced way, fighting infections without generating collateral damage. Another factor is resistance to cellular stress. Even under extreme conditions, such as lack of oxygen during long dives, turtle cells enter a state of controlled hibernation, decreasing metabolic activity until the environment returns to normal. This preserves tissues and organs, preventing the accumulation of damage. In other words, they are masters at conserving energy and preventing cellular errors, 2 pillars of longevity. But what does all this teach us about life and human aging? In the next and final part, we will see how the secret of ancient turtles can inspire the future of science and our own longevity. Ancient turtles remind us of something that science is only beginning to understand. Aging is not synonymous with deterioration. While most living things lose vital functions over time, turtles seem to have found a near-perfect biological balance, a combination of powerful genetics, efficient metabolism, and a serene lifestyle. Current research seeks to decipher and apply these mechanisms to humans. Scientists are already studying the tumor suppressor genes of turtles to understand how they could inspire anti-cancer therapies. Other groups are investigating the enzymes that protect telomeres, with the goal of slowing down human cellular aging. But perhaps the greatest lesson is philosophical. The long lives of turtles come not from haste, but from patience. They are living proof that the secret to longevity lies in living in harmony with one's own rhythm, taking care of the body, and conserving energy for what is essential. And when we consider that some of them were already here, even before the invention of photography, we realize how many secrets nature holds that we have barely begun to unravel. Turtles are true living relics of evolution, surviving for over 200 million years, silent witnesses to entire eras of Earth. So if you were impressed by what science reveals about these incredible creatures, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. Thus, more people will discover that the secret of ancient turtles may one day help humanity live longer and better lives.